that, if everybody say it can't get done, I'm like, yes it can, why not? I said, if these kids can't read, then I'm not gonna propose them. All this, mom, dad, I'm gonna look you in your face and say this kid can't read. We let them down. School, parents, we let them down, but I'm not gonna take them to the next grade knowing that they're not at grade level. It's funny because I'm always like, okay, how are schools successful? Well, schools are successful when they demand greatness. Greatness just doesn't come. We're about to make history. We're about to learn. We're about to grow. We're about to make history. And then, mark my words, it's going to be other school districts, other places around it that's going to be doing this thing. We're going to be the first model. And I'm speaking that into existence, okay? If you can really take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
Easy. It was productive. It was exciting.
We will never leave Mr. Hurt's advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores just go through the roof because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking, please visit shurtschoolturnaroundspecialist.com.
Good morning, everybody. This is Mr. Hurt, the school turnaround specialist, with my Saturday morning podcast. Come on in. We're talking about 5 things to do with your data after the state and district assessment. So if you are an educator, teacher, principal, superintendent, you got to come on in and hear this podcast. So give me a few minutes as I get everybody on my Facebook, my Twitter, and all my LinkedIn folks. Thank you this morning. I know it's a nice morning and everybody is enjoying themselves, but I need you to come on into this podcast. So just give me a few minutes as I get everybody. And as you jump in, I need to know where you are coming from. I need you to let me know where you're coming from. Let me know what you do in your district. I want you to tell me what you do in your district and where you're coming from. So just give me a few minutes as I get all of my folks in. This is going to be another good one. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I cannot wait to give out this information. I cannot wait to give out this information. So I want to get all of my groups in. So stay with me. And then you still got time to hit that share, but I need leadership teams. I need principals. I need everybody. Your data is coming back as we speak. So we want to get everybody on one accord. So let me get all these groups in. All right. Now, thank you for my faithful people that always support me, and they go ahead and give me all those nice emails and let me know how much they care about the work that I'm doing. So I'm just thankful for that. Thankful for all of those nice words, all of those things that you guys are doing for me. So once again, I thank you for that. So I just need a few more. Give me about one more minute. We get everybody in. I got folks coming in from all over the world. So I want to make sure I got everybody tuned in. Yep. Yes. So just give me one more second and we'll go and get started. I got all of these screens and cameras and things of that nature. So come on in and hit that share button and let me know where you're coming from. So we're going to have a good one on today. We're going to have a very good one, exciting one on today. We're talking about 5 things to do with your data. What we're going to do with your school data. Want to make sure I got everybody. Want to make sure I got all of my friends. Good morning, Principal Kafele. Good morning to you. Good morning. We back at it again. All right, let's go ahead and my 30 more seconds. Got a few more folks jumping in. I got all these people from LinkedIn and Twitter. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Once again, my name is Sean Hurt, the school turnaround specialist with my Saturday morning podcast. And this morning, we're going to talk about 5 things to do with your data after your state and district assessment. It's 5 things you must do with your data after your state and district assessment. So this is very important because I know that we have a whole bunch of our state data is coming in and all those wonderful things. So now you have to ask yourself, what do we do? What do we do? Before I get into this, I want to kind of do my housekeeping notes, and we're going to jump because I need all of my time. We're going to jump in it. Once again, Sean Hurt, and I'm here with my Saturday morning podcast. And every Saturday, I've been doing a podcast. We call ourselves the Fantastic Four. Myself, we got Create and Educate at 10:30, Principal Kafele at 11, and Josh Tarver Sunday at 7 o'clock. We get free PD. We've been doing this. They know the count. They know the weeks. I just say we've been doing this for many years, and we just love the work that we're doing. So I'm just thankful that I have people joining in. The last 2 weeks we've been talking about relationship. Now today we're going to talk about what you're going to do with your data after your state and district assessment. So just a couple of things, housekeeping notes, is that I would like everybody to make sure that you register for the Black Educator Conference. We call it the BER Conference on July the 13th through the 16th. Yours truly will be doing a session. We got some of the best educators all around the world that will be part of that conference. So make sure you register. Go on the Black Educator Conference website. Just register. That is July the 13th through the 16th in Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, this is our 8th year doing it, and every year we have a good time. So make sure you register. We want to have the place packed. The place packed. You're going to get some things that you will not get at other conferences. You will not get at other conferences. And once again, we have some of the top educators all around the world that will be pouring into you and your leadership team. So if you are a principal, superintendent, teacher, parapro, whoever you are, you need to come to the conference. And you do not have to be Black. You can be a white teacher. You could be a teacher from another race to come in and get this knowledge. So make sure you come in and register. You still have time. The fee is very minimal, but you will get so much information. So make sure you go ahead and join me at the Black Educator Rock Conference, July the 13th through the 16th. July 13th through the 16th in Jacksonville, Florida. This week, I will be conducting a professional development with my good friend, Dr. Oglesby, in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to be going over her data. I cannot wait to unpack it and just give strategies moving forward. I know she did a good job. One of her teachers emailed me last week, and she was on my podcast, and she said she had 1.8 years worth of growth in her subject area. That was from the beginning to the end of the year. So I can't wait to work with those teachers. So if you are a school or district, and you say, Hurt, I want you to come in. I need some support. I need you to help me move schools to the next level. That is the work I do. I am the school turnaround specialist. I've been doing this for many years. I've been a principal. I was able to transform three schools, whether it was at the middle school and it was a K through 8th grade school and also at a high school. And currently I'm working with about 12 schools this year, and I'm moving forward next year to work with many schools on next year. So inbox me, let me know if you would like for me to do that work. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. Hey, this is what I do. I don't want to see any schools, no excuses. You say, Hurt, no excuses for any schools not to have high academic achievement. And it's just not about data, but it's the other components. It's principalship, it's leadership, it's developing a leadership team, it's short cycle assessments, it's classroom management. And we're not just talking about just classroom management, but really training the teachers on what classroom management looks like, those procedures in the classroom, how to get 25 middle school kids to be able to go through that math lesson without interruption. We're talking about the leadership team. How do you spend 60% of your time in the classroom helping to support instruction? What about those short cycle assessments that you guys got to have? How do you monitor those standards? How do you become how do you go from a principal to an instructional leader? These are the things that I teach. These are the things I work with. How do you know it works, Mr. Hurt? Because I've been doing it for 16 years. I'm not just doing a book knowledge. I'm not doing book knowledge. I'm actually saying these are the things that work. These are the things that I did when I was able to take a school from a D to a B, from a C to the A, to become a reward school. These are the things I did for 13 years as a principal. So make sure you inbox me or go on to my website and just let me know if you want me to come down. All right. So let's go ahead and just jump in. I want to use all of my time. Get your paper and get your pen out. And we're taking notes today because we're going, what do you do after you receive your state and district assessment? What do you do? What do you do? You don't just get your data and throw it in the corner. What do you do with your data after the state and district assessment? Okay, so I got 5 things I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to break it down. I want you to just take this. These are strategies that I've used, and not only me, but schools all around the world that are moving the academic needle with kids that look like you, with teachers that have the same type of experience, with a leadership team that looks like you. These are the things that they are doing, okay? So I'm going to jump in and let me get some water because now I'm in teach mode. And I want you to comment, say Hurt, comment on my post. I want to see comments. I want to see comments. Let me stop right there because I want to make sure that I got all of my people in and we're looking good. All right. All right. All right. The first thing you do, the first thing that you do is that when you get your data, I want you to first meet with your leadership team and discuss the data. I want you to meet. Don't wait for 3 or 4 months or 3 or 4 weeks. You get your data, whether it's your district data or your state data. Now, if it's your state data, you might have preliminary data, so you can share that, or your stuff might not come out for another 2 or 3 months, depending on what state. In Michigan, you get that preliminary data for those kids the next day. Some states get it the next day. Some states the preliminary data. Your district data, you get it right there. I want you to schedule a meeting with your leadership team, not your teachers yet, with your leadership team. And this is what I want you to talk about. I'm giving you specific strategies. First, you're going to meet with your leadership team for 2 hours. You want to get them in a room and meet with your leadership team. That's usually your AP, probably your reading coach, and some of the other folks, okay? Not everybody, but your leadership team, because you want to be able to talk to the data. Now, during this meeting, you're going to look at a few things. You're going to first ask the question, did you meet your end of the year goals for your district and your state data? Did you meet your end of the year goals? So what you have that you have your end of the year goals right here, and you have your current data right here, okay? Or you might have your school improvement plan, because that might be something that might be with your goals. And then you sit down and you look at your school and you say, did I meet my end of the year goals? Second part of that conversation is that you're going to look at growth and proficiency on your district and state data. First, you have your leadership meeting. In this leadership meeting, you're going to say, did I meet my end of the year goals? Okay. Did I meet my end of the year goals? So if your goal as a school was to have 25% proficiency in your data for your state, says you're at 30%, you met your goal. You know, if you had a goal to have 1.2 years worth of growth in math for reading based on your iReady or NWA scores, you have your spring scores right here. You look at it, you unpack it, and then you look at it if you met your goals or not. So that's the first thing you do, okay? And you do not wait. As soon as you get it, you schedule the meeting, okay? And say if you got a leadership team of 6 folks and 2 people can't make it, you still go with the meeting. Do not wait. Do not wait, okay? That's the first thing. And let me know if this makes sense. I need people to comment, is this making sense? Please let me know if this is making sense to you, okay? Because a lot of people saying, I'm on Facebook, they saying, hey, Hurt, this is making sense. It's making sense. Yes. Number two, follow me very closely. Number two, you're going to plan your summer school based on your data. You're going to plan your summer school based on your data. I've been doing it for many years. People just have summer school. Well, you don't want to just have summer school. You want to take this data and be able to plan your summer school accordingly. When I was the principal of the school, I planned my summer school based on the data. Well, how did you do that, Hurt? Give me some meat to that. All right. First thing is that I looked at, okay, what will be our focus standards for the summertime, and not based on some things we just picked out of a book or we're looking at our math and reading curriculum. No, we're going to look at what areas did the kids struggle in as a school, 8th grade math, 3rd grade ELA, high school ELA, whatever that is. That's going to be our focus standards. Usually summer school is about 5 or 6 weeks for the 5 or 6 week time period, okay? Next thing is that you want to decide who do I invite to my summer school, because what I did was this. So I had a summer school, but I had 2 different paths for my summer school. I had a thing called summer enrichment, where I invited the kids that were at above grade level, and I had a pathway for them. And then also I invited the kids who needed a little bit of extra push. So I had summer, I called it summer enrichment. That's what I called it. I ain't called it summer school. Summer enrichment, and I had 2 pathways. So those are the people that I invited. So usually what I had to do is that I had about 45 to 50 slots. So I had 25 slots for kids that needed that extra support. And then I had another 20 to 25 slots for kids that was above and beyond what their grade level was. So I didn't want to penalize the kids that were doing good, but also I want to provide service for kids that needed that support. So I called it summer enrichment, and I looked at my data from the kids, and I was able to pinpoint. So then when I reached out to some of the parents that were some of my higher kids, I said, Mom, Dad, we have a summer enrichment. We want to take your kid to the next level. You know, it's not summer school. Don't think about, oh, no, this summer enrichment, we going to next level. We got all of these high rigorous things that we're doing. We're going to just move your kid to the next level. And parents loved it. And then also I have a conversation with the student too. Why do I got to go? I got all A's. I got a 4.0. Yes, we love it, but we want to take you to the next level. So that was part of my, that's how I was able to look at the data and kind of pinpoint my summer school. And then once again, what is the focus? You know, usually what I try to do is I try to focus on one area. So it was either ELA, math, science. Well, what do I want to focus on? Because I want to make sure I get the biggest bang for my buck. Sometimes we could do 5 or 6 things and we're not seeing the needle move regarding the improvement of instruction. So what I had to learn, I said, all right, we're going to focus on math, say math. And then so it's going to be a math focus this summer. So everybody knew we're focused on math, the kids, the teachers, focus on math. We looked at our standards, power standards, unpacked that, and we went to work for 6 weeks. So we might have covered maybe 5 or 6 standards during the 6 weeks. We did a pre and post, and it was nice. We had some fun stuff, some engaging stuff, but that's what we did. And that was based on looking at my data prior to my summer enrichment program. So I'm going to stop right there because I see a lot of comments. For promotions, I see Mr. Williamson, summer schools typically for promotions. Like I said, I changed it. Yes, my first couple of years, that's what it was about. I said, no, we're going to change it up because once again, the data was saying something different. I looked at the data. I was out of the box. Remember, if you are trying to move your school to the next level, you're trying to improve your report card grade, you're trying to get all of this growth, you cannot do the same thing that other schools have been doing for decades and decades and decades. You're going to get the same results. Think different. That's why I'm here talking about a think different. Just think different with that program. You got $45,000, $50,000 allocated for summer school. You want to see some results. You don't want to just say we have summer school just to appease or check the box off. If I'm spending $45,000 or $40,000 to pay teachers to get supplies, I want to see results at the end of the 6 or 7 weeks. How do I see these results? You got to use your data to move to plan your summer school. All right. Okay. All right. I am excited. I'm talking to educators. I am talking to educators. Yes, Dr. Jeter. Think different, think big. Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. Think different, think big. That's why we're talking about. Your data is going to tell you what to do. And then I even have some basketball coaches here. I have Mr. Payne. Okay, so if he's from Michigan, he does a really good AAU program in basketball. Now we got the athletic program. We tie that in also. Also, can a football team be part of this? Can a girls basketball team be part of this? Let's bring everything together. We don't want to make I don't know why I'm on a summer school thing, but I do not want to make this separate. That's part of the program that we are doing. And this is not for promotion kids or kids that's doing bad or blah, blah, blah. Think different. Make it a summer enrichment when you're bringing everybody in. And you're bringing everybody. You're bringing the band students in. You still want to make sure that they are getting instruction in addition to the other stuff. This is what I would do. I would have instruction from 9 to 12, and then from 12 to 3, we have the fun activities. Okay, high school basketball team, y'all in the gym, getting ready for the season. Football team, you're going to have this from 9 to 12, and from 12 to 3, we're going to have this. It might not be every day, it might be twice a week, but that's how you benefit. The soccer team, whatever it is, it was our whole program, and it worked out good. Okay, so I'm excited because people are yes, think different. All right, number three, stay with me. I got 10 more minutes. Make sure you hit that share button. Let me know if I'm talking good. I want you to say CC, Mr. Hurt, this is some good information. Let me know if this is resonating to you as a leader. Let me know if this is resonating to you as a leader. Number three, people give me some love. Yes, thank you. I love, feedback is always good. I'm seeing the love. I love it. Mr. Williams, I love it. Dr. Jeter, yes. Number three, meet with the staff for a data. Meet with your staff. Now I need you to meet with your staff. You met with your leadership team, but I want you to meet with your staff now. And you're going to meet with your staff regarding what the data is looking like, okay? You met with your leadership team because with your leadership team, you can have some for real conversations. You can look at teachers. You can look at all those things because that's your leadership team and you should feel comfortable having those conversations. Now with your staff, what you're going to do is that you're going to meet with your staff. You're going to do the same thing, but it's going to be a little different. And first of all, you're going to have folders. I'm trying to think. Oh, let me go and get my folder. Excuse me, I'm just over here. You're going to have not this thick folder, but a little folder, little manila folder. And you're going to pass it out to all of your teachers with their data in their folder, with their individual teacher data in their folder. You're not going to expose all of the teachers' data in front of everybody because some data might be better than others. So you want to give them a folder, okay? Now, what you're going to do during your meeting is that you're going to talk about the school data. So if you're middle school, 6th through 8th, you'll put the school data up. 6th grade math is this. 6th grade ELA is this. Science is this, whatever. So now we talk about the school. So now if I got 5 8th grade math teachers, it's the team. It's a team thing. You're not going to pick individual. They will see their individual scores based on the folder you gave them. If they want to share it, that's on them. But you do it like that. So you do school and grade level and content area regarding talking about that as a whole school. You're going to do school. Did we meet our goals? Our goals is this is where we're at. All right. I see it, Heard. I got 45 teachers. Okay. And then we do grade level. All right. School grade level. Now, when you go to the individual teacher, you say, all right, teachers, take about 5 or 10 minutes. This might be the first time that you see your data. Take 5-10 minutes and look at your data. Don't say nothing to your neighbor. Let's be quiet, because I want you to look at your data and kind of understand what's taking place. It's not a thing where people did good or bad. You have to kind of tell them it's not a good or bad thing, and you'll talk to them one-on-one afterwards or whatever, but you want them to have their own individual data, okay? All right? And that is very big, because you want to get everybody part of what you're doing, because why are we doing summer school? Why do I need this? Why, whatever it is, you're bringing everybody together. Remember, what to do with your data after the state and district assessment. These are the best strategies. These are the best practices. Do not let nobody tell you different. Don't do it. Take these. I got 2 more, but take these 3, write it down, and do it. Even if you don't do all 5, you do 2. These are called best practices. If you are serious about moving your school, if you're serious about going to next, if you are serious, this is what you got to do. This is what I had to do. I had to do it. And it was we call it systems. This was part of the systems that we had in place. Once that data came, man, we was right on top of it. We was on it. We was looking at it. We changed our school to a data-driven institution, and everything we did focused on the data. Number four. You're going to develop instructional strategies based on the data. Focus standards for what are the focus standards for the remainder of the year. And then, so now we got the data. What are we going to focus on for the next 4 or 5 weeks? We don't just throw in the towel and say, all right, data here, we're done. Let's chill for 4 or 5. No, that's instruction time. We still want to stay focused. So what do we need to focus on for the next 5 weeks going into the summertime? Now listen to me very closely. And then what is it going to look like starting next year? We call it we call it our focus standards or scope of sequence for the next following year. Maybe your district already does it, but you need to have something in your back pocket to know that starting in August of September of next year, these are the things that we will be working on. We're not going to wait till a month to 2 months. And it's not called teaching to the test. I do not want to hear that. You're not teaching to no test. You are focusing on your weakness areas based on the data that you have in front of you, and you are pinpointing that starting next year. You're looking at your district and state data, and you are pinpointing your focus areas now starting next year, and you're diving into it during the summertime, and you're focusing on that. So now comes August, September. We have a playbook. We have a playbook that we're going to use to address the needs of our students. I'm going to say this again. You have a playbook that you're going to use to address the needs of your students. And you're going to make that playbook with your teachers, because your teachers and your staff, if you do it together, it's called buy-in. Everybody's on one accord on how we're going to address the needs of our students. And you're not going to wait till next year. You're going to do a lot of this work in the summertime during your PD. So now come September, August, now you got the playbook ready to go. You have the playbook ready to go. The other part of this playbook that I need everybody to, that I want people to do, is that I need you to look at your assessments that you are using. You might need to look at the assessments. Are the assessments that your school, your district is providing you, are they aligned to what the kids need to know and see on your state and district assessments? How do I know that? That means I need to understand what the district and state is asking me as the middle school principal, as the high school principal, as the elementary. I need to understand, and then I need to look at my assessments that I currently have. So I got my assessments right here. Look, these are my assessments right here. Are my assessments that I'm looking at aligned to what the state is saying? If they are not, how do I tweak these assessments right here? Because we're doing weekly and bi-weekly assessments. We're giving them something that that is not aligning to our state and district assessments. How do we make alignment as close as possible? Because I know if they do good on this, that we're giving them every week and every 2 weeks, when they see it again on the district and state assessments, they will be proficient on those standards. Oh, I am talking good now. If I know that my school assessments, the assessments at my school is aligned, so when Raheem passes my school assessment, he's going to pass the district and state assessment because he did it at school. A lot of times what's taking place is that our assessments that were given to Raheem, he passes it, but it's totally different than what the district and state asked. So we get upset and frustrated and say, Raheem knew it. We know he knew it, but maybe he knows it, but how it was given on a district and state assessments was different than what you've been given to Raheem for 9 months. For 9 months. So just make those tweaks, but you got to see what the state is asking. You got to look at it. That's how to do it. I said, okay, and it was me and my leaders, my whole team. We looked at it. We unpacked it. And then from there, we have more tools in our tool belt to be able to deliver better instruction in the classroom. Last thing, before I take off, because I got to stop at 10:30, I need you also to look at developing what is your professional development coming up? What are the gaps that you're seeing and bringing people in? What are the gaps? What are the gaps? Don't just have PD to say, hey, we've been doing this for many years. This is how we do it. No. Make sure the money that you're spending on your PD addresses the gaps. This is the work that I'm doing. These are the work that Principal Kafele and Dr. Taylor and Dr. Houston and Dr. Tarver. This is why you got to go to these conferences. It will help you to bridge those gaps. So make sure your PD is aligned. Don't spend money to spend it. You're spending money wisely based on the data, and then that's where your school improvement plan comes in place, because you got to be able to say, based on our school improvement plan, this is why we're bringing this in. This is why we're doing this. And your school improvement plan should be based on what you're seeing on your data. So those are the five things that can help support your school. Make sure you use them. Make sure you inbox me if you want me to come and help out and do this work for you. I thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to see you next week. And remember, if no one has told you this is what I'm going to start telling people. I love you. I really love you. And I want the best for you, your school, and your students. Once again, I love you. I want the best for you, your school, and your students. Thank you very much. I see you next Saturday, same time, same place. Let's have a blessed week.